get to it either, because you know I love some good snipes here, and we've seen a bunch today already. Now, the next team coming out has had a turbulent start to the tournament, but we'll see if they can stay steadfast going into Saturday. Everybody make some noise for the Riyadh Falcons! Celium, Pred, Exnid, and Kismet. This squad right here, they don't care about no rain. They've been in difficult situations before, and they're ready to show everybody what they're really made of. One more time, the Riyadh Falcons.
I mean, you got three walking champions on that stage. Listen, these are guys that know how to win and also know how to make a big turnaround when things are going south. It was not the result that they wanted yesterday, but they got another opportunity today facing against Cloud9 that has been struggling. This needs to be a statement match.
To the stage has had a gloomy start to the season, but now that we're gonna see if they can strike lightning here on the stage for the first time. Everybody show some love to Cloud9 New York. Afro, Beans, Mac, and Vivid. They know they gotta give it everything they got, and it's gonna be like a boxing match on this main stage. Ready to go to the last round if they got to. It's Cloud9 New York.
Yeah, you can see them walking onto that stage. They've faced a lot of defeat, man. It's been game fives. We've been talking about it since the start of the year. But these guys have a high ceiling. Any of them can pop off at any moment. And Beans looks happy, like there's something up his sleeve. I can't wait to get to that game two with the snipe.
I can't wait to get to it either, because you know I love some good snipes here, and we've seen a bunch today already.
Where are the other upsets going to come from? But let's get right into the battle now. Blackheart to start us off. First time seeing it for Cloud9, as you said.
Yeah, but I mean, that's been a big trend too, right? Teams who struggled online with specific maps have just said, screw it. Let's get it out. Let's try something. Maybe it'll be a little bit different here on land. We're obviously practicing it, but let's go for it in a real match, and you're getting that here for Cloud9.
It's just one of those maps like your ultimate guy, like that X Factor guy. If he takes over, that's your winning condition.
I mean, normally I would say yeah, but I think just this C9 team, there's like three of them for me. Like, I think that in the past we've talked about that with Vivid, we've talked about that with Afro. So I don't know, yeah, but I just think you need consistency from a couple of these players of C9.
Well, no, even Beans, who was kind of the consistent guy, he's been more a little more inconsistent. So yeah, it's like, when are they going to pop off, and are they going to pop off together? Nice early start to the first Hardpoint, but Falcons' turn now to answer. Exnid leading the way. You still have one player lurking here, finding an opening. It'll be Vivid, just trying to maybe buy time for his teammates to get back to it. Or just contest maybe as long as he can. Finally going to drop. Right after he drops, his teammates getting here. It did divert attention to him, so maybe some open lanes for them to collapse. Chance for the break, and it looks like they're going to get it.
Well, that's just it. Yeah, you buy what, 5 or so seconds if you are Vivid, contest a little bit.
Like, he didn't kill anyone, but like 2 to 3 people had to come back to deal with him.
Yeah, and then Mac found like a knife in the middle of the map. That was the first domino. Then everyone else falls for Falcons. So a nice break there to get the last 25 seconds. Now pressure on this rotation. Falcons though have the numbers. It's just gonna be Mac pushed on up, and now you need a response here if you are Riyadh.
Not able to really respond how they like to in the P2. Another opportunity now. You've got pushed out so far. You have the back spawn cover. Spawn out now for Falcons, or is it? No, one's going to spawn close. One spawning out a little bit. It looks like they're going to try and instantly flank this, so you deal with it. And that's why you want to have pressure all the way out mid from your teammates. It gives you like another chance, another safety spawn, and as I'm saying that, it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, they try to get a little bit too aggressive. Nobody blocks the back, and yeah, just some miscommunication there from Falcons, and then you give Cloud9 an opportunity. You lose that gunfight inside of windows, and there is a break again with 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty much deja vu, right? Yeah. Back to the P2. At some point, it's like, what's going to change here? Is it going to be this continual pattern where, at least if you're Falcons and you're getting about the first half of the time, you're going to stay in the game? If the break comes earlier for Cloud9, they might start to run away with this. If Cloud9 get an early setup and are able to hold control, it might be nuts. So we'll keep an eye on that as this pattern. When will it be broken? Because it's the same thing here again. Falcons
have some early pressure really through the front. The only player who's pushing through mid, that's going to be Beans. Probably going to be the first guy up. But Beans is going to find that kill. And well, there we go. So C9, they have the numbers. They're trying to attack. And well, you lose the player in the back, though. So you see one player does spawn back there. Everybody else is out, though, for C9.
You hold with the first push, and this is where things have fallen apart for Falcons. This second push, from Cloud9 is where they've been able to get through, and it looks like that's going to be the case again. All going to be on Exnid. He's going to be dropped. The second push off spawn has been so good for Cloud9. Whether they've spawned out, whether they've gotten the back spawn, whatever the case has been, they've gotten the break there.
No, I mean, yeah, it's just two like similar instances where you're just going 1 for 1, and then the back spawns were open, and Cloud9 they die and they spawn up. You have a player back there, and then things just get messy for Falcons. So someone needs to hold on to these spawns if you are them.
It's just so hard to do once you.
It's time if you are Riyadh, but there's immediate front pressure. And yeah, that's just it. Selim fell off the map. So like you had the numbers, but with him falling off the map, a 7-13 start from him, it got a little bit mixy towards his P5, but they have recovered for now.
Recovered enough to fight here for a moment, but as you said, it's just been for a moment. Instant pressure from Cloud9, a triple dialed in for Mac to keep it messy here. A multi from Pred, well, at least keeps a little bit of presence for Falcons. We continue back and forth. No team really able to get a ton of this time. But yeah, not a lot of separation just because the story's been the same just about every hardpoint. Early Falcon setup broken by Cloud9. This one a little bit different, a little bit split, but from a score standpoint, pretty similar.
Yeah, maybe an opportunity here for C9. They're going to be the first ones in the hill finally towards this P1. Well, you can lock it down, and well, another teammate does come in. Fred, though, trying to do what he can. Shoots the wall a little bit, able to find Matt. Kismet, the last player alive.
Pattern here with early Falcon setups. What really needs to change for them to find more success in the second set?
I think, yeah, it's got to be cleaner off that first push. You either need to get someone pushed out a little bit more, figure out where that push is coming from, and get that first pick, and then make sure someone's playing safe to block the spawns.
Well, on the other side of that, how do you, if you're Cloud9, get to be ahead of this? Like, so you're the team that's rotated. It feels it's a hard pattern to get out of sometimes.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if you do if you're Cloud9. You won the half, right? You're winning the map, so it's like it's working.
Yeah. I mean, because a lot of times the way you get into that is you get smoked on a hardpoint, rotate early. Yeah, that just hasn't happened. They've been able to break.
Yeah, and if it does happen, then they have to be able to respond themselves.
Absolutely. So we'll continue the dialogue and see if things shift. For now, it looks like it's going to be pretty similar. It's going to be Falcons rotated. New hard point popped. One player drops and is going to spawn out. That's going to be Pred. So you have numbers here for a moment. Cloud9 trying to get it done. The 3 for Falcons. And we were talking about they needed to get a cleaner hold. They're able to do exactly that. So it's not that mess. It's not that immediate pressure by 30, 40 seconds. It still could result in a Cloud9 break around 30 seconds.
Yeah, you want that first guy to hopefully get a paint, but Pred ends up getting spotted. Nice shots by Exnid. Him and Kismet got his back, and another 3 dead. So
okay, what do you know?
Yeah, and not as chaotic. So now you flip that dialogue. Cloud9 have to respond at this P3.
Just how different is it when you're the rotated team? You win that first fight clean. I mean,
it's a lot different. You have the lead.
It is so different. Lead change. Falcons going front, finally able to get a solid hold. Let's hear the comms now from Falcons.
Dubs up square. Toss to me.
He's P1 shot. Dubs. Alright, Mac is Dubs. Yo, listen, they love playing that corner front Dubs. Yo, whoever's going front, care under Dubs. Care under Dubs. Not there, I don't think. Nate, left, let's bank front. Nate, back left. Third attacks with his challenge.
Left side. One shot. Left side.
Left side, Reese. Left side. Nate, Dubs. Smack. One bullet. Dubs.
No.
Take it. Push that front.
Yeah, I think I did.
I'll wrap in front. I'm playing back front of the scamming. Nice. Hey, square. Two square. Hit front. Hey, he's back left, maybe, guys.
Back left, one shot. That is this.
Close right, back left, guys.
Nice.
On weak. Orange flip.
We're
They're gonna bank front. They're banking front.
You gotta
Just run away.
Just find a corner. I'm here.
What's short?
They can be
P1, Max P1.
I'm watching new.
They can be Max P1.
I don't see him.
I spawned out, guys.
Pretty much exactly what we were talking about. If Falcons had a hold, it was going to be Cloud9's first time with the rotation, basically, and having to answer. They did exactly that. They went out in front, but Kismet going on a bit of a streak before he drops. Comms seemed pretty solid. We still got ourselves a tight game.
Yeah, I mean, you're having some big multi-kills here if you are Cloud9 to break this up, but you did invest into that Hellstorm. In mid-Hellstorm, you had Kismet with the 3, so we are just battling right now. This is just a blow for blow. You are going at it as we head to this B5.
B5, ready to pop. Minimap a bit wild. You've got Cloud9 members on both sides. What can Mac get out of his life? He can be the playmaker, the X factor. He's doing that by shutting down one side by himself. He ends up getting 3. Huge sequence from Mac. Afro then from the point. You've got the back spawn. with the P5, it's not the hardest thing to get pressure from the front, especially if it's a little bit chaotic, but Cloud9...
It's been all about the multi-kills these last couple of hills that we have seen. Maybe it's Afro's turn to get right back into the mix. The last player is going to be Celium, and there we go. Now you can watch this wall run from that heading. Well, he's going to get pushed out here to a bit of an off angle, so nice time here for Cloud9. This puts them within 15 if they hit the rest to winning map 1.
And that's something we haven't really seen a lot from either team, where you kind of get broken there for a moment, it gets crazy, but you answer back instantly and get the time. Incredible from Cloud9, and a reason they're getting close to the dub, but they're at least going to need one more hard point. It looks like Kismet and Exnid going to be trying to lock that down early for Falcons, but every single second here, the Cloud9 aren't going to be huge. Exnid's going to go off the map, and that could be costly.
It should absolutely be. You would think so, but Pred and Kismet able to find 3. You had the numbers. You had a player inside a window. I thought that pinch was coming through, but you're able to hold on for Falcons.
Exnid's like, thank you, boys. Appreciate that. Keep us in the game. They are still fighting, still locking it down. The fact that you haven't allowed Cloud9 to get any time at this central hardpoint is huge. You know how often P1s can be split? That has not been the case, and you spawn Cloud9 out so far, they had to take their time, try and set up routes. One of the routes is going to get shut down. That's going to be Vivid. It's going to lose the fight to Exnid. But even these seconds, anytime, so big for Cloud9.
And they have spawns for P2, so this is even bigger. So you have to go, you have to hit the front, but Max locking it down. Pred and Tiz flying in, and wow, would you look at this? Celium actually spawns at P2, so a lifeline.
For now, Falcons getting it done.
All the pressure's now going to be to the front. Actually, was able to find a double. But look at that. You take your time if you're Afro and Beans. Now all down to Pred. He's got the help, but Kismet locked it down. Max, the last player here. Pred is seeing ghosts, but Kismet has his back.
10 now for the win. The spawn very close for Cloud9. They're going to be able to reinforce this immediately and try to contest. 243. Kismet just tucked up top in a pocket. They're basically back-to-back inside. This is absolutely chaotic. 1 for 1 so far. Who will be standing at the end of the battle? It's a multi for Exnid, and that just might seal it. Time for the teammates to push out. Falcons clutch up and hold. They take the map 1.
So I was going to say, I saw the close spawns come in, and I was like, we're going to get right back into this, but what a moment for that young man.
Everyone trying to avoid nades. Kismet's his turn to play dodgeball in the back.
And both teams are just trying to bait out nades. That's really what you're trying to do, and well, through the smoke, C9 able to find both. Matt continues to push on forward. Nobody really follows him up, but you're waiting for Beans through top middle.
For a second, I was like, nah, maybe. Just hold, you have advantage, you've got bomb, you lose bomb through there and think it's messy. I mean, how many, honestly, I feel like the craziest fights.
Afro is in the attacking spawn.
Yeah, spotted.
And well, he's gonna win that gunfight, and now you can collapse from elsewhere if you are C9. Another round where you have a 2-man advantage.
And they just need to chill here, wait for Afro to maybe get involved. But it's a route really from Kismet where he wraps all the way, I think, through tunnel and back around, maybe trying to catch Afro, but that's not gonna end up being the case. I think he was thinking that's my one-on-one versus the other 2 on the other side. Afro tucks in the corner and perfectly played. Poor Kismet's like, I tried to hunt him down, just couldn't quite find him.
Yeah, he was looking for him everywhere, and that was the play. Yeah, you had to isolate him so you should turn this into a 2 versus 2. Timing just did not go his way.
Cell 1v3. Very little time to go. And they're not going to give him anything. Another solid round there from Cloud9. That's about it. Kismet, snipe out, he's gonna hit. We talked about Beans' ability with him, but so far has put it away. A nice snipe though. Not gonna matter anymore. Is Afro able to even up the numbers?
Yeah, where did he even get that kill on Exnid? I mean, into the lobby, like Exnid's taking that peek and instead ends up dying, but it doesn't matter. Kismet has his back. Another great snipe onto Beans.
Kismet bailing him out with the big stick. We'll see if he can hit some more. Afro played equalizer a moment ago, wants to do it again. The timing cannot be worse. He maybe gets 1 if he continued to hold the angle he had on Vivid. 1 versus 3, 2 left. Double chow, beautifully done there from Falcons. Don't give him a chance.
They almost lined up there. Right, you saw the slide through, but yeah, Celium still had his.
Someone that's not nervous, probably very much, is Kismet. Steady as can be with his 3 so far. Very different type of offensive round for Falcons. Look for an opening. Brett thought he had it, but you have the numbers here. They have 3 players, so they're able to win that trade. Things might slip away, though. 1 versus 1. Cell Vivid, a little panic melee, maybe as he's trying to reposition, and Cloud9.
That's what that team was known for. Beans is not to expect this.
Clay's his coach.
Yeah, I mean, Beans not to expect that whatsoever. Kismet's gonna pop out, but the problem is it's a 2 versus 3.
Rumor has it Clay's still in a tree somewhere. Vivid ripped, but holds it, able to win it, gets back to the heady. Cell. I think in his second or third clutch opportunity. Didn't have much of a chance in the 1 versus 1, didn't have much of a chance in his first 1 versus 3. Another one where it's not a great shot to do it. His shot, though, is disgusting. Afro gets absolutely peeled. Cell, one of the more clutch players we have. Can he walk away with one here?
He's able to spot that, and I thought Mac was maybe in a chow, but just backs up to Vivid.
Takes 25 damage, guns 1. 1 versus 1, and Cell! Give him enough opportunities, and he's gonna take one. Just don't feel safe getting the plant down at all. And you can see the 4 white arrows.
We got another one.
In a position to quickly reinforce. Second trophy, that's probably gonna be the plant. You see him slide across, I believe, so. Well, you saw the trophy too. I thought he'd still throw you some utility here. Kismet able to get out of his life, that's the big thing, and turn it into a kill. Kismet doing it all as he gets the plant, he gets 2, he gets 3, and then he drops 1 around from Kiz. And I know a couple players thought I'm looking for a very similar type of play. The real difference maybe just the position from Afro. He was, I would say, far pushed up towards B. He is able to get a blood. Unfortunately, can't get away with his life, so now we're into a 3 versus 3 post-plant. Pressure to Falcons to retake.
Yeah, the problem is, though, you don't have a sub here to help out Vivid for right now, because Mac's going on a route, right? He's just giving this up, and the other player's a sniper. So Vivid is just isolated, but it's still a 1 versus 1. Beans versus Pred, you're watching this. He's gonna jump up, but he's able to find the M15.
That'll help, but I mean, if this is a sub-range battle, I can bet what Pred's got in his hands. It's a sub-range battle, but it ain't gonna matter. Gets fried. His clutch moment. Hits a big snipe there too when you were kind of talking about the sub advantage. Then Beans, well, leads it with a blood here. Everything in the world just blew up at this corner. So they read that. If the first 2 didn't hit, the 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 might have.
And that's a big blind draw, right? Because that's early nades towards the B street. We rarely see that. So a nice little round there from Cloud9. Normally teams are saving it towards that A bomb site. Now you are grouping up. It's just Beans on this side of the map, and well, no one here's to help him.
It's tough because it's like he had him a bullet, but yeah, that's just one of those deaths. You can't have, you're the ISO guy. You gotta get a kill or you gotta get away with your life. Afro has brought you back a couple of times with a big kill to either equalize numbers or give you numbers. Did it here for a moment. Cell's gone, Pred's left, Cloud9 come away with it. Afro, some clutch kills there. He gets 2. Playing well here in this map too. Mac looking to plant the rock. They hold on in a 4v3 and they'll tie us up at 1-1. Another hit marker, this time from Kismet. Big Kiz hit a snipe. He's been the hero in some of these rounds. Pop of the reload, he's still at 16. I don't know, he goes for the reload, he's gonna get caught. Exnid will fall, everybody drops. Cloud9 survive. Some sketchy rounds, some scary rounds.
They were pushing that low side. You had someone all the way pushed up for Falcons. That was a scoring chance, but good job from Mac to shut that down.
We've almost had 2 minutes played in the other. There's been very little movement. Very little movement. The biggest opportunity we've had, Pred, point man, trying to get it done. He's got Exnid through with the crossfire as well. Kismet going vertical, can't get across. EMP down, Exnid coming up big with 1. Pred win his fight. You're still a threat here, but the more time that goes, the more opportunity for the spawns to come in for Cloud9, and they're gonna hold. That's one where I don't know if you're Kiz, do you wait a second before you try to hop across?
I mean, they just spawn across. Unfortunately, stuns and nades connect.
Yeah.
A couple of shots do, and it is what it is. But yeah, you just have to send it.
Well, I guess that more meant like, let Exnid and Pred chow so they're taking shots so Kiz can get through and not get... Kiz got shot by all 3 players.
Well, I think they knew they spawned him like topside B, so they're just hoping the timing is on their side. He could just go.
Well, it was not. He got massacred. He made it like a centimeter past that gap. Multi here if it's gonna get done, and he comes away with the multi. Still a threat though, still bodies here. They'll get it in to spike the 2 from Afro. A blunder there from Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, they dive middle of the map and Vivid's all alone. It's just like, where do you want to go with this? And well, he opts to take it Solar's side, but that just gives them a free push towards B. And then I think Beans off spawn, instead of wrapping back towards his side, tries to take it mid-cut, and that just takes way too long.
Way too long, and well, we finally get a score through. Falcons, you felt like they were close. They finally get it done, kind of on a counter there, and a chance for more. 3 going to be dead. And this is absolutely a score. They're going to try and turn this into 2. It's going to spawn bottom now. All the players from Cloud9 coming off spawn and trying to get back to it. What a closing 60 seconds this has been for Falcons. Still a threat, still finding kills in volume. That's everybody dead again. Look how far pushed up number 4 in Kismet is. From 0 scoring to a lightning strike. Falcons go wild late.
Oh no, he died.
No, he didn't get
everybody. Yeah,
so he just ran a lap.
And well, he still might get caught out. Yeah, he just wasted a minute. It's just some tough timing. Your teammates go down. There's no angles for you to help out. And then you're like, all right, I have to get involved. You end up dying. And now you have Kismet all the way pushed up towards top B. You see where Celium is going with the EMP. Another chance. But it looks like Vivid just going to sneak down. Everybody loses the gunfight. Celium able to win it. And there we go. 3-0 for Falcons.
That sequence was painful. That was real opportunity for mid-map control, but not going to happen. The gun simply frying on the side of Falcons. 3-0, looking to make it 4-0. Got a little 2-on-2 here. Celium gives them numbers, puts damage in. That's the opening for Exnid to flush it on in. 4-0 advantage, and still, like, it's hard to think of a Cloud9 comeback because they've just had no offense. There's been no opportunity. Comeback because they've just had no offense. There's been no opportunity.
Yeah, and this is just a question, really. I mean, sort of like Vito's, right? Just map pool, what do you want to play versus this Falcons team? And just giving them exposure. They look, yeah, well, one of the best exposure teams that we have.
Oh no, they're a step or 2 ahead. That is for sure. Cloud9 are able to get one through. Still a lot of work to do. Now, granted, we've seen some crazy comebacks, I think, and some of these 3 deads, like unfortunately, the Cloud9 have had more, I think, in the second half. It's just been, it's been too late. And it's, well, you have a good moment, and then a streak gets called out. It happened last time they had a good position. It's going to happen again here. And what, it was Exnid that got a double during the streak. This time it's Pred that finds the double. It feels like deja vu there. Beans the only one in a threatening position, trying to do it all by himself. Close to get across the gap, but no, oh my God.
I mean, we're breakdancing. I mean, Pred is breakdancing on the stage right now. 6 in a row for Pred, 29 kills.
That movement looked insane.
That EMP not gonna move from the right side of the map.
They're tucked away in their helm. Team Turtle. Well, listen, I'm fine with this. Just, I don't need to see 3 to 4 minutes straight of it again. I'm talking to you, Clay. Here, though, it's fine. We're at the tail end of it. You dominated this map. You dominated possession. You dominated scoring. You dominated the slang. Great effort from Falcons to answer back. They'll take the 2-1 edge. Afro getting forward quickly. I don't know how he's still alive. I think the nades connect to back up some of the players. Finally, he will end up dropping. So you're doing a good job if you're Falcons. You're getting time in the P1. You're looking good holding on to P2, but on the second spawn, or first spawn, is with Cloud9 players, somebody try to take a route. It looks like, well, I thought for a second maybe Mac was going to, but he gets cut down on the mid-cross. They're still just trying to battle this through the gut, and they're getting hammered.
I mean, the fact that you're hanging on this, right? Just C9, they are spawning up, and you attack and nade in, but you see those spawns come in, and well, Pred and Kismet, they have an idea that this could happen, so they both backed all the way up. That's just great spawn awareness, and well, they find both of the kills. Bottom side of the map is open, so the next player up for Pred's gonna be backed. Well, what is this timing gonna go like? It is going his way. Beautiful stuff for Falcons.
I mean, that is Kiz. He was probably leading well in a moment there, but you do well through the P1. Exit yet to drop. You're set up in the P2. There's everything you could want and more for Falcons early. Now you've got Cloud9 spawning out and having to push across the rooftops. Can the subs find an opening for them? So far, no. It's the subs of Falcons that close the door.
I thought Beans maybe was going to push on through and flip the spawns. It's all of Falcons run right to the hill. But you got to safe spawn if you were Kiz, so he's going to spawn up and hit a nade. Well, this is as good as it gets for a P1 into a P2.
I mean, you've got 6 total kills if you are Cloud9 right now.
Well, that was a big problem in map 3, right? Just nobody could get anything going.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Beans just got his first, and we're almost done with the P2. It is a very, very slow start. Down 80. Now your turn to answer. You've got them all grouped up to hit it front and through mid.
Yeah, he's really playing for it. His mid cut is wide open. Everybody else is dealing with this front push. Now he's going to turn. That fight's gonna go down middle of the map, but the rest of the pressure is on his teammates, and well, they are gonna lose those gunfights. As here comes Exnid, who finds a double.
This is where it could get real ugly. Unless Mac has something to say about it. That's a huge double, because you get the rest of this time. I mean, Falcons are going up. You're 100 plus. You are in the absolute driver's seat. You need a solid sequence. You got to imagine the guns are going to warm up for Cloud9. It seems like the feed's starting to shift a little bit. Fred heard me and said, shut up, Baldy, as he pops a double to kind of slow down that surge.
Well, not only does he do that, he goes all the way through the middle of the map and through Dojo. He's the one that flipped those spawns. So
this is almost like the Blackheart was. In the sense, Falcons were ahead on most rotations. It's just Cloud9 were able to break. But Blackheart, you have more opportunities. You spawn a lot closer. You don't get punished maybe as much as a Den. It's not looking good.
Well, you know, some of the spawns that happen, I mean, just great play like this. But yeah, that guy is dead.
He was checking. He was checking.
Yeah, just double checking.
He was injecting him with CPR via bullets. You ever resuscitate a heart with a gun?
The self-revive pistol or one of those things.
Yeah, there you go. Another double from Exnid, but for the remaining scrap time, looks to be Cloud9. We get into our second set, and well, that said, we're not out of the woods yet. You've got a foot or two out of the woods, but you're up 120, but we'll see. Maybe Cloud9 can have the comeback.
Not a lot of wood left. Really, there's not.
We are into the plays. So 5 straight. Guy's been getting streaks, clutching up, making plays. It's crazy to see him on a different roster, but he's getting back to Celium of old. The most consistent Slayer maybe we've ever had at the AR position.
And this is sort of the worry. It's like, yeah, you're holding from the hill, and guess what?
Yeah, if that was a triple not on his teammate, that would have been a really great play to probably keep them in the hard point, but instead it's trying to break. Struggle after struggle, and Vivid, who's had a pretty solid series, has not had a good map 4, and it's kind of hard to blame him. Like, you've been trying to break every single hard point. Beans might be twisted.
He's trying to get him in.
I'm just not sure it matters at this point.
They can win this rotation. They spawn 2 out at old, so maybe a chance to chain 2 together.
Yeah, you need like
3 together.
You need a 60, and yes, you 3 together as well, but you need a flawless.
Need another break. You get some split spawns, and here's maybe your chance. 30 seconds, or we're going to head to a P4, and they have the spawns for now, but it looks like Kismet's going to go all the way around, and this is what Falcons did last time. Like, all right, we'll give them some time, but we're going to make sure we're playing for next.
I think Beans was holding that for a while, but right as he gives it up, Kismet gets through. Now Beans has got multiple to deal with on Dojo's side of it, and you'll see Kismet kind of win that fight. Still, the time at least going to Cloud9, but now this has to be like an instant break. This has to be first fight you break, or you're losing this map. That is not exactly what you'd like. A team kill starting off the push, and your teammates gonna be spawning out so far. Celium, Pack. All right, so here, you've got to be locked down on this first hard point, and somehow where you've really struggled with that P2. Beans has got to be as twisted as we've ever seen him.
Yeah, I like that you're still trying to sell it. I mean, why not? Yeah, we'll see what Cloud9 can do. Afro finally is in the feed with the triple. Max really stepped it up.
Always trying to sell it, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. See what C9 can do.
Well, they're going to have to deal with the point. They're going to deal with the routes. It's Pred that is taking a long route. Will pop from Afro, able to win it and shooting off his pinky toe. Over early on the rotation, it is going to be Pred. Dealing with it is Vivid, but he's going to get gunned to sleep. Pred gets them spawns again. He's had a couple great moments like that. Trying to keep them in the fight. Another team kill is going to come in for Cloud9. They have another body at all times to keep them in it. You win that, maybe a shot, but Pred takes him down. It's felt like it's been 30 for the win for Falcons for 2 minutes.
I mean, if they can get you to the P3, you do have Afro with the Hellstorm, so there's a chance. You just got to get there. Continue to contest. Cloud9 is fighting. Celium, no, maybe he's going to be the difference maker. It's going to be all 3 dead. Can you get us there? No, they can still win.
They can. I think they maybe have it. Yeah, they have the tick. They do. They have the tick. That's everything, though, because Cloud9 now, instead of rotating, you have to apply pressure here to try and get in. At least contest this for a moment. There's the contest.
Right away.
They survive. We'll see if they'll get the streak in immediately. Afro's got to use it right off the spawn.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't.
Yes.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't.
Yes. He's calling it in now. He's calling it in. Streak is in the sky. His teammates have been getting the kill, so if anything, maybe it's just going to keep the Falcons players at bay. Somehow, Cloud9 still battling. This would be one of the more insane comebacks on the year if they can do it, but only 4 points needed for Falcons. One break, one punch, and Cloud9 are gone.
You see Falcons taking their time, and you just continue to flood if you are C9. And while they are winning the gunfights, one player left in Tiz, and they are just hanging on.
It just hasn't been clean these past couple. These Falcons have been given a little bit of time, and that adds up. At some point, Cloud9 have to be flawless, and that time is now. You have to hold here, not allow any kind of sneak play for these final two, and you have to win the rotation. Not going to happen. Too much to ask.
Trying to get back to form. 3-1 victory up here against Cloud9. How you guys feeling after being able to take those guys down right now and get them back to form, it seems like?
You know, yesterday was a bit disappointing. We came out flat, you know, first time I didn't land as a team, so today was a good bounce back.
No, it definitely was a good bounce back for you guys because we know what this squad is capable of. You got 3 world champions on your team. You know, we saw you on a hot streak towards the, you know, the end of the league or the online league, and now you guys are just trying to get back to that form to go up against these top guys. What's going to change moving on throughout the rest of the tournament for you guys to be consistent as you guys know you can be?
I mean, shout out to Lamar. I know he's here somewhere, but stick to the game plan on game day, baby. That's it, man. We just got to stick to the game plan.
Stick to the game plan on game day. Lamar is a very, very smart man, and that's some advice to take right there. Now, being in this venue, you know, you won a world championship for the Texas crowd 2 years ago, and they love you for it. Do you still feel that love when you're here? And the crowd kind of answered that question for me a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that was probably the greatest moment of my career, so I always, like, share a special place with the Green Wall, man. Always. Love you guys.
Now, in this series, you know, I want to show a little bit of love to, you know, one of your ARs, Celium. You know, he was popping off here, and we know how scary he can be when he is on point. What can you say about him in his performance today?
In my opinion, I think he's, like, the best AR I've ever played with. I mean, Celium, man, he's the greatest. Like,
Simply, all right? The crowd may feel different, but as we know, that fuels Cell, okay? You know, lastly, as I get you up out of here, because you still got more to prepare for, it's just the beginning for you guys here on this Losers Backer run. But what do you want to say to the people that's been supporting you guys through thick and thin?
I just want to say shout out to the fans, man. Without you guys, I know this is fun, man. You guys are everything for us. You guys are showing up, man. You guys are what makes the league, man. So I appreciate you guys.
You guys are truly what makes the league. Give yourself a round of applause, and that's going to do it for me and Pred on the stage. Take us away, Chris.
It is great to see the fan support still for Pred here in Texas, raising that trophy as an Optic Gaming champion, now keeping the Falcons alive in this tournament. Let's start with the